What's up, people? Back again with another Showdown live, and I haven't uploaded in a while, and I actually have a good reason for that. The power supply on my computer died, so my computer was sitting in Geek Squad for a good 3 days, getting repaired. And in the meantime, I was able to get up a couple of games on my laptop. Now, my laptop doesn't have my recording software on it, but I was able to get a couple of decent replays that I'll probably be uploading in the next couple of days. And for those who don't know, also, I got a promotion at work, which is really nice. I'm training for manager right now. But as well, just figured I'd mention, the team that we're using today, it has landorus on it, specifically because this is probably the last opportunity we're going to get to use landorus-i in OU, because it's more than likely going to get banned. But it's a pretty basic team. Focus Ash Loom, Spadef Heatran with Ancient Power, HP Fire Latios, Sub CM Keldeo, SD Roost Mega Scizor, and Standard RP landorus-i. So we're gonna look for a game and see what happens. Okay, we found one right away. As my opponent's got a really cool team. I have to admit that. He's got a really cool team. Okay. Garchomp is definitely Stealth Rock. That's more than likely Scarf Gardevoir with Mega Sableye. Breloom is looking really good this game, which is really nice. I'm Jolly, right? I don't remember. Yeah, I'm Jolly. Yeah, Loom, I'm just gonna leave with it. Perfect. That's amazing. I can just fire off a Bullet Seed turn 1 and risk nothing. I got probably the best lead matchup possible, which is really nice, as my opponent really doesn't have a great switch in, and if he wants to bring in the Garchomp, I'll know immediately what kind of set he is and be able to react accordingly. So, since my opponent's taking a little while, I'm going to pause till he makes a move. I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so we're back, and my opponent crits me turn 1 with Hydro Pump. But I'm going to be able to knock out the Rotom with Bullet Seed, and based on that damage, and based on the fact that he was faster, he was more than likely Scarf Rotom, and this thing is a problem. But I want to go for Spore, but I know that Breloom is still, well, Breloom isn't really all like that. I'm just going to Spore just on the off chance that he goes for not BP. Or he's Mega Sableye, or he's Mega Scizor. I don't know why he's running Mega Scizor with this team. That doesn't make like any sense to me. But this does give me a free switch into my Heatran, which is nice, and I don't expect him to go straight for the Superpower, as that is pretty ideal. So this is free Stealth Rocks for me, which is great. Or he taunts me, that's fine too. And if he wants to go into Chandelure, that's fine, because I have the Ancient Power. But this thing is just being annoying, which is all Sableye does. It's just annoying. But, like I said, I'm just going to go straight for Lava Plume. If he wants to go into Chandelure, that's fine, because I have the Ancient Power. But if I can burn this Sableye, that's great for me. And Lava Plume, again, is my best play. I expect him to taunt just in case, but if I get a burn, this thing's dead. I do get a burn. I got the play right, and Sableye is gone, which is really nice for me. But here, more than likely, comes the Garchomp. I wouldn't expect anything but that. And the one unfortunate thing about this team is I don't exactly have a great answer to Garchomp, but what's good is that the only things on his team that could, like, kind of deal with my Landorus are gone, as he's going to go into Chandelure, and I do not want this thing getting up a free substitute, so I'm just going to hit it with an Ancient Power. As I get bopped by HP Ground, I like that. That's cool. I'm not going to lie, that's actually pretty cool. Now, this thing could have Infiltrator, but I'm going to go straight at my Keldeo, and I'm just going to fire off a Scald, because I'm more expecting this thing to be Flash Fire. The only reason he wouldn't have gone into Chandelure is like I said, I'm pretty sure this thing might just be Scarf Infiltrator because of the way he's playing it. But I don't know how he's going to play it out. He's more than likely Scarf Rotom and then probably Spec Shandy, but I'm not going to judge any person, so. But I do have a pretty free Scald here, and that looks to be more of an offensive chomp. Not seeing it. Or he could just be running like 4 megas. I'm not sure. Scald again is just my safest play. This is definitely looking okay. Luckily for me, I get another burn. Unfortunately, I think I might have actually gotten like a high roll. Sir, didn't matter. Like I was spamming Lava Bloom before. What did you think was gonna happen? But what's good here is I'm just gonna sack off my Loom because it's not doing anything against the rest of his team, and it'll give me a free switch into my Scizor, which from there I can just click knockoff, which is just an ideal play. I'm expecting him to bring in his own Chandelure, but if he brings in Chandelure, this thing is gone. It's gone. If he wants to bring in his Scizor, that's fine. I'll just SD up. And if he stays in, then the only thing that I'm afraid of is if he's like not scarfed and just goes for HP Fire. But that was a pretty easy read, and I'm able to knock off this thing's Choice Scarf, which is good. And I'm just going to make the safe play in BP because there's really no reason not to. Like I said, if he wants to go into Scizor, I have like 4... I literally have 4 answers for that Scizor. So I'm really not all that scared. But either way, he goes into that. I'm just going to, like I said, easy SD for me. I probably should save this just on the off chance that he wakes up and has, like, I don't know. Oh no, there's really nothing he can do. I don't know what he can do. Maybe like SD superpower, but that SD superpower doesn't carry Roost. And yeah, he's more than likely fast Scizor, which is good. But I'm just gonna go for knockoff because he's more always a speed tie. Okay, he's not running any speed as he SDs up himself. And I could be playing with fire here. I really could, but I'm just gonna SD here. Okay, now I'm really playing with fire. Okay, I'm going for knockoff here. This could be bad, but what's good is, yeah, this could pretty much decide the game now that I think about it. I probably should run like a teeny bit of speed on this Scizor, just for other Scizor, but yeah, I probably should. Okay, the play for him to make it this point, okay, luckily I do lose the speed tie there, which is actually really nice. Hopefully, like I said, this one shouldn't matter. It really shouldn't. But hopefully I end up losing either. What I really need is I need to pop. This speed tie doesn't matter. The next speed tie only, I think the next one only matters if he tries to. I don't see him SDing here. No, he's superpowered, and he gets the kill, which is. Wait, why is he running superpower Roost? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm just going to go into my Keldeo, and he shouldn't be able to kill me under any circumstances, so I can just fire off Scald here. And if he brings in the Gardevoir, I really doubt he's going to be Scarf Gardevoir at this point, but he pretty much, yeah, there's really nothing he can do at this point. There really isn't. Because what's good is, if he brings in the Gardevoir, he has to click Scarf Moonblast to have any chance. In which case, I bring in my Landorus, Rock Polish up, and it's over. But he goes in a Gardevoir. And I'm actually going to sack my Latios at this point because I don't need it. And that'll give me a free switch to my Landorus, which I can just click Earth Power and win the game because I don't want to risk hacks. And I'm only saving my Keldeo for Scizor just on the off chance that something bad happens. But I didn't, like I said, either way, I didn't need my Latios. This does give me a free switch to my Landorus, and Earth Power is by far my best play. So I don't think there's any circumstances in which my opponent can actually win unless somehow he ends up living somehow he lives in Earth Power. But It's not living. Look at this monster. This is 361 special attack before sheer force and life orb. This thing's a monster. Yeah, and he was Scarf Guard. Was he running like pretty much Fat Scizor, Fat Sableye, and then Fat Chomp, and then 3 Scarfers or something? That's what it's looking like. But yeah, at this point, game's mine because there's no amount of hacks he could potentially get that will get me this win. So, GG, dude. Gotta love my stupid mechanical keyboard. But yeah, Scald, and that's game. So let's just check our rating because I honestly haven't checked it in a while. Ooh, not bad, up to 1441. But let's look for another game because luckily Showdown's been pretty cooperative so far, and we find a really cool team. Unfortunately, I don't really see Breloom doing too much this game, especially because he's got that Tornadus right here. What's good is that Latios murks him if I weaken the Heatran a little bit. Scizor's looking okay. Not the best thing in the world because that's not really an issue unless that is Fire Blast. That I can just click knock off because I'm not ST. By the way, that's an issue. Yeah, Scizor could be okay. Landorus is looking nice, but I got a weaken Togekiss. And he also has Tornadus. I think this team's gonna be hard to break. It's gonna be really hard to break. Loom is my best lead though, because if he leads with anything but the Venusaur, as he leads with Starmie, which is fine because I can just safely click. I can click Bullet Seed against this. I'm not taking any chance as he reflect types, which is fine. I was hoping I'd get a few more hits than that, but you know what, it's not the end of the world. He was probably expecting Spore and trying to make the smart play, but now that I know this is Reflect type Starmie, I'm not too scared of it because I know it's mono attacking, but I'm just going to Mach Punch for free damage here because now he doesn't resist Mach Punch, as that does 0. I shouldn't have made that play, but you know what, you live and learn from your mistakes, so. But Loom, I am expecting him to recover here. So, do I want to go into my Heatran? No, Heatran's a bad play. If I go to Latios, Latios does nothing yet because I could go to Latios and pull a double switch. Yeah, I like that play. I'm gonna go to Latios and pull a double. Okay. And now I get a free switch into my Keldeo. And then I just fire up a Scald, expecting Heatran. I don't expect him to go straight to Togekiss here, but I get a free switch into my Latios into my Keldeo, and I can just click Scald. As, yeah, he does bring in the Heatran, which is really nice for me, and I'm going to be able to fire up a Scald. Which, hopefully being able to burn that Venusaur, because, let's face it, I need some residual damage against Venusaur. If I get the burn against either Venusaur, Starmie, I don't agree with him bringing that in at all. Especially because since he's running Reflect type, he's not going to be running Psyshock. But, why would he bring this in if it doesn't have Psyshock? Unless this thing doesn't have Rapid Spin, but I don't understand that at all. You know what? This is frustrating because I only need Keldeo for the Heatran and maybe for spamming some burns. But I'm just going to go for Calm Mind. I don't think he's going to have Psyshock. As he goes straight into Tornadus, which that's kind of nice because I think I can tank a Hurricane and just fire up a Scald at this point. I don't know why he made that play. Yeah, that's fine. Get a burn. Okay, his Tornadus is definitely Assault Vest, which gives me a pretty safe switch in my Heatran. He could go for the Focus Blast if he wanted to. I don't think he really has any reason to. But at this point, luckily for me, I'm going to be able to get off my... I'm going to be able to get off my Stealth Rocks for free, and if he wants to go and do his own Heatran, he either has Earth Power or he stays in, misses the Focus Blast. That's fine, because he's AV, and I'm Spadef, so I don't see that really doing, like, anything. But, yeah. Oh, hey, text from Scott. Nice and professional. Not the end of the world. So, okay, what's good is that, okay, that Heatran is either running the same speed or he's running a lot more speed than me, but if he's running a lot of speed, he more than likely has Earth Power, and what do I have for this? I'm going to make a risky play and just go into my Keldeo because I really have no other play at this point. I don't expect him... I expect him to either get up his Stealth Rocks. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of saw that one coming. But Starmie has Reflect. It's going to be Natural Cure because it's Reflect type. But I'm just going to fire off a Scald at this point as I hopefully burn the Venusaur. Nope. Okay. Venusaur is an issue. Venusaur is a big issue. But what's good? Because he switched into Venusaur, the way he did, well, then again, Stealth Rocks is never a bad play. Stealth Rocks is always a good play. This team's gonna be so hard to break. Okay, I need Landorus healthy because I wish I had Rock Slide right now. If I had Rock Slide, these guys would be so much easier to deal with. He risks nothing from Leech Seeding at this point. Okay, Latios I need healthy, because Latios is basically my win con. Scizor is nice, because Scizor destroys him if I get rid of the Heatran and weaken the Rotom a bit. Breloom's useless, but I'm just going to go to my Heatran to try to taunt this thing, just to see what he's going to do, because he more than likely... Okay, yeah, he Giga Drains, which is fine. I'm going to be able to get off a Taunt, and then I can fire off an Ancient Power. But I don't... If anything, I'm expecting... Oh, he goes into Starmie. That's amazing. Really, that's absolutely amazing for me. He more than likely is going to go for the Spin this turn. If I go into Keldeo, I fire off another Scald. But I risk the burn, and Keldeo is still kind of nice because of spreading burns. But Keldeo is also kind of useless at the same time. So I'm just going to go into Keldeo, I'm just going to fire off a Scald. Because I don't think he has Psyshock, and I had a feeling he wanted to spin that turn. But I have 2 more turns of Taunt. Well, actually, no, I have one more turn of Taunt. But if I can get a burn on... Ooh, if I get a burn on Tornadus, that's amazing. Yes, got a burn on Tornadus. Which... Fortunate, but it shouldn't matter. And since he has Focus Blast, he's not gonna have the Heat Wave. So Scizor just became a lot more important because Scizor destroys Togekiss, deals with Venusaur. I have knockoff for Starmie, so I still got to play that carefully. But I'm just going to go into my Scizor because I can just use it to get off a free knockoff and just start generally weakening his team. Because, like I said, the only way I'm breaking this team is with time, as he U-turns more than likely into either Heatran or Rotom. If he goes into Heatran, I'm going into my own Heatran because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Earth Power because he didn't go for it before. I mean, he could have just been bluffing it or realize it or making me fear the Earth Power and going for Stealth Rocks as he brings in Rotom. And this is 100% going for Will-O-Wisp this turn, which I can't bring in Loom. Well, but I could bring in Loom, let it get burned, and then pull a double switch. And if he fires off like Volt Switch or something, it's not the end of the world. But his team is like I don't want Latios taking the burn. Keldeo is a terrible play. Landorus is a terrible play. Heatran's a terrible... I gotta go to Loom and double. If I go to Loom, he's not gonna Volt Switch, so I get off a fairly free... He's more than likely gonna go in a Venusaur, which is good because it gives me a free switch back to my Scizor. I don't think he's gonna Volt Switch this turn. I think he has to Hard Switch. There we go. Okay. And at this point, I can just go for knockoff because I'm pretty sure he's not going to go for the HP, or he has the HP fire. Why am I always wrong? I'm always wrong. Okay, Heatran's my bet. I have to go to Heatran here. So bad. Okay, Synthesis. And rocks are my only play. I gotta get my rocks up. Okay, Starmie is fine. Starmie is completely fine. Because what's good is his best play is actually not going for Reflect type. He's more than likely just gonna fire up a Scald here. And Venusaur. Scizor would have been nice to keep. Why does he have HP Fire on that Venusaur when he's got Reflect type Starmie, Will-O-Wisp Breloom, Togekiss? He's not weak to Ferrothorn. Why does he have HP Fire? That doesn't make any sense to me. He's not weak to Ferrothorn, and he's not weak to Scizor. Why is that thing running HP Fire? Do I sack Scizor and get a free switch in a Lottie? I kind of like that play. Yeah, I'm gonna sack Scizor and get a free switch in a Lottie because it'll block the spin. Okay. And here I'm dropping a Draco. There's no question because I need to start weakening his team. And Tornadus is not a switch in at this point. Venusaur, he either has to go to Togekiss. That is not the correct play to make. Oh, except he lives on like literally one. That is so frustrating. That's so frustrating. Well, I'm out. I can't win because of that. That's so frustrating. But, okay, we find another game, and this man gets murked by Landorus. Or he just says, screw it, I'm done. That works too. That was frustrating. I mean, you know, I'm actually going to calc that real quick. OU Life Orb. OU Reflect type. You see... Do you see that roll, people? Do you see that? That was frustrating. If that Starmie went down, my entire team would have just been, it would have been so much easier. But no, I don't get the roll. And that's looking like a Zard Y team. That's very looking like a Zard Y team. I mean, it could definitely be Zardax. I could definitely see a case for Zardax. But being as he has the Doug Trio for Heatran and the Starmie to spin hazards, I'm pretty sure that's Zard Y. And possibly Calm Mind Latios. But I don't know. I gotta be careful. And what's good is that Scizor has an absolute field day if I am able to if I'm able to keep my rocks up. Keldeo has some fun. Latios comes in and gets a kill every single time. So I gotta play that smart. I'm just gonna leave with Loom. I think Loom is pretty good this game. And by far my best play here is going for the Rock Tomb, because he really has no other, like, this is a fairly ideal matchup. If he Sludge Bombs, which by the way you should always carry Sludge Wave Gengar instead of Sludge Bomb, only because of, like, solely because of the existence of Chestnut. But if he Sludge Bombs and gets a poison, that could be bad, as I get a very fortunate first turn. I don't know why he taunted. Like I said, the worst thing that could have happened is if he went for the Will-O-Wisp, which would have been bad, but it wouldn't have been the end of the world. And he goes straight into Gliscor, which is... that's not the end of the world. But he brought it in pretty much realizing he can take anything. And he's more than likely Stealth Rock on Dugtrio, but I'm just going to fire for Bullet-Seed, because you know what? Damage is always good. And if I get a 5-turn, which I don't, as he flings... okay... Rock Tomb 60, boost to 90. Each Bullet Seed is like 40, so it would do about the same as 2 Bullet Seeds. It'll kill. Rock Tomb will kill. Okay, he goes straight into Gengar. Okay, I'm able to knock that out, which is good. He more than likely was expecting either the second... He more than likely was just sacking Gengar, or hoping that I get only like 2 hits with Bullet Seed, but Gengar is not the Breloom counter. It might resist both stabs, but it's not a counter. And Breloom is just putting in so much work right now. Now, if he goes to Zard, I am 100% going for the Rock Tomb here. Because if he Zard Y, like, I do not want this thing doing something dumb. Or he makes that play. I don't understand that. That doesn't make, like, any sense to me. And he forfeits. So, okay. My opponent was making some questionable plays, I'll admit that. But I really didn't need Loom at that point. Like, Loom was nice, but I didn't need it at that point. But either way, let's find one more game, and I'm probably gonna make this the last game, as my opponent's team is incredibly scary. What's good is that he doesn't appreciate Keldeo all that much. He more than likely has Psyshock on the Starmie, because it's really his only switch in for Keldeo. I mean, he could definitely have Spadef Clef. I could definitely make a case for that more than likely is unaware to help with Heal Bell support. So I'm going to play fairly accordingly. I don't want to lead with Loom because I'm pretty sure he's going to lead with Hippo. I think I'm just going to lead with my Landorus. I don't think he's not going to lead with Weavile. I don't think he's going to lead with Starmie. Yeah, he leads right off with the Hippo, which is perfect. And I'm just going to be able to fire up an Earth Power turn 1. Clef, unless it's fully special defensive, that's getting 2-shot. Anything else, I'm getting a kill. And if he stays in with Hippowdon, if he doesn't have Ice Fang, he's getting 2-hit KO'd. So I'm in a good position regardless, as he's just gonna get up his Stealth Rocks, and I get a kill here no matter what. Right, there's nothing. Yeah, as I'm able to knock out the Hippowdon, which is really nice, because as soon as this sand is gone, I bring it. Like I said, I can defog on... I can pretty much defog on more than likely a switch into Clef. If he wants to switch into Scizor too, I do run HP Fire, as here comes an Icicle Crash, possibly a knockoff predicting my switch to Heatran, but I'm not going to go into Heatran because he's got that Volk and the Clef. I need Heatran too much. If I go to Keldeo here, what's his play? I go to Keldeo. If he Swords Dances, I think I'm fine. Low kick is only going to do maybe 30, which after Sandstorm and Leftovers nullifies. I fire off a Scald. Or I could go to Keldeo and double switch. Or screw it, go to Scizor and be somewhat safe. Because I can just go to knockoff. Okay. And while I did give up a little bit of momentum, my best play is going straight for the Roost because this Weavile is a problem. I want my Keldeo to be healthy because Keldeo sort of deals with his Volk. It checks his Scizor okay, and if his Clefable is unaware like I think it is, then I'm just in a good place. And if I'm really hoping he's not HP ground, but I'm just gonna go straight to my Heatran. If he quivers, he has the HP ground, and then I'm just in a bad spot. Then I'm probably screwed. Okay, I have to taunt here. There's no question. I don't care if he switches. If he HP grounds, I'm screwed anyway, is what it comes down to. As he goes into Starmie, so I know for a fact he doesn't have HP ground now. But what do I have for Starmie? This thing's a problem. I don't know what kind of Starmie this is. I could go to Latios, but Latios is good this game, that's why. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to Latios and I'm just gonna drop a Draco, and if he goes in a Clef, so be it. He Scalds, that does 0. Unfortunate burn, but you know what? It's Pokemon, so. And like I said, I'm just gonna drop a Draco here because I'm pretty sure he's, if he goes, like I said, if he goes in a Clef, that's fine. I don't want this Starmie staying in, and because he switched, he doesn't have Ice Beam. Because if he wanted to go to Scizor, that's fine. I'd fire off an HP Fire the next turn, and it would do some damage. But question is Heatran way too obvious? But let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna go into Heatran. If he Calm Minds up or does anything dumb like that, that's not the end of the world. And okay, he Thunder Waves, which pretty much confirms to me that he's Spadef. But I'm just gonna set up rocks to try to force him to spin, which is nice. Oh, or he's T-Wave Calm Mind, which is kind of scary. I do have Taunt. I don't know why he's doing this when I do have the Taunt. But I can... This thing is a problem. This thing's a big problem. Scizor is definitely my play to make here, as he has to go for Moonblast. That does 0, which is good. As we get another forfeit. So I think I'm going to end it there. The one game, let's face it, even looking at it, I pretty much lost from matchup, but that was definitely a good series of games. Landorus didn't do too much, but what it did was it was an absolute monster. So personally, I hope it gets banned. Like I said, I want to hear your guys' opinion. What do you guys think of the status of Landorus as far as the OU metagame is concerned? Do you think it's broken like I do, or do you think it's definitely a healthy addition? I understand. I said it's probably one of the most controversial things. Well, not really. More people are preferring it to be banned because it can run pretty much anything that it wants. Like I said, if I had Rock Slide on that one, and it would have just nuked the Tornadus, the Togekiss, but that's a different story though. But hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry I haven't been uploading as frequently, but like I said, my computer was busted for a little bit. It's been fixed. I hopefully will be able to upload a little bit more. As far as the Pokemon Ruby Randomizer Nuzlocke, I plan to start getting that back soon. I'll probably have to change the thumbnail because for anybody who follows my buddy Scott's channel, he explained this himself. he ended up frying his computer and had to get a new one, and he had all of my thumbnails on there. So that's why I haven't been uploading that. I've had so if anybody's watching it and was wondering why is only part 3 up after a month, I didn't lose the Nuzlocke. It's only going to get funnier from here. I actually, like I said, I finished up. I have it pre-recorded right now, but I got to start getting some thumbnails done for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been rambling for a little while now. Leave a like if you did. Check out my other videos if you enjoyed my content. And until next time, guys, see you later.